It's morning. Good morning. I am here. I hope you are too. Ah, but getting started. Coffee. Ah, made it. I made it to another weekend. How about you? Did you make it? It's uh, it's uh, it's work every week. You do it again and again and again. Not enough money, too much work. That's how it goes. But we are moving into the fantastic holiday season. You know what that means? Black Friday, Small Business Weekend, Cyber Monday, support your locals. So we're coming up on what I call second Halloween. Everybody else calls it Thanksgiving. And then we have third Halloween, which everybody calls Christmas. It's the way it flows in this neighborhood. But I do want to make a quick mention out to this holiday season, especially this year. If you can, please support your local creators, your local artists, your local musicians, your local writers, your local craftspeople. Support them. It's a gift that gives twice. You give to the person you're buying from, and you give to the person that you're giving to, and you keep the money in your community for the most part. So it's really the wisest way to spend your money this Christmas season. Don't give it to Walmart. Don't give it to Amazon. Try to keep it as local as possible and support creators. So, with that said, um, please visit my website. Yeah, it's this week's been a come see, come saw, and on one part, I've this week I started implementing getting up at 6 in the morning. I'm a big fan of standard time. I do not like daylight standard time because I'm a morning person, and um, I like having the light in the morning. And the other thing about standard time, and I know this probably doesn't bother most people, but it bothers me, is the way the clock is set up. At high noon, the shadows point due north, and just based on knowing where my house is positioned, with that, I know how to tell time by just looking at the shadows coming through the windows in my house. I have to mentally adjust by the hour when it's daylight savings time. So, but on a good note, this past week my clocks are now telling the correct time again, so that's nice. I got that going for me, and I've I've started getting, I don't know, just I think there's just something on this trip that I did coming back from Colorado that and there's a couple reasons for this. I just fell into just like a deep valley on this last trip back, and it's been a little bit difficult kind of climbing out of that. I think the exhaustion of doing all of the big moves this summer has caught up to me. So the way that I um, compensated for that was to focus on getting up at 6 o'clock again. Like I started shifting. I usually get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, no matter what time zone I'm in, and because I just like having an hour in the morning where the only job is to make coffee and get to the mat and just kind of relax, meditate, stretch, get the body flowing. Good morning, Firefly. Good to see you. Welcome aboard. Um, I'm talking about daylight savings time. So I'm a proponent of standard time. I don't like daylight savings time. Reason being is I tell time by the shadows on the ground, and I always know where north is. And at high noon, the shadows are supposed to be pointing due north, and it's just kind of a way that I like. I like to know, have connection to my day and connection to the time in the day. It's just that's the way that I learned how to tell. Like, I mean, I can use a clock. I mean, anybody can use a clock, but I like knowing that I can tell what time it is by just looking at the shadows on the ground. And I kind of look at it as a superpower. So, but the winter and the darker times are starting to flow in, and um, I this past week I lost a $8,000 commission project that I had been going for, and it really hit hard because the client was like, "Yes, we love your vibe. We want to go with you. We want you to work on like because I also do architecture, so we want you to work on our house for us." And I'm like, "I'm great. I got ready. I got all the people lined up." And then the next day, for some reason, they said that they felt they didn't want to go with me because I was in Colorado. But that's silly because I go back and forth every 2 weeks between Colorado and Georgia, and to be honest, it was going to be a pretty much a pain in the butt job because their house was built right up on the creek about 50 years ago. And now with all of the flood and sort of waterway restrictions, they were looking at having to get a lot of variances for doing what they wanted to do. So ultimately, I'm not too worried about it, but it's just it hit me a little bit, because I don't normally lose jobs. I think this is the first job I've lost in 6 years. The clients were just like, we're going to go in a different direction. So that plus, I think some of the exhaustion was catching up with me, and I know I need to take a break, but I don't have that option at the moment because unfortunately I've got to make up for the money that I was kind of on. So I have to work a little bit harder to catch up. So that's what I've been dealing with this week. So to compensate for that, my clock has been slipping on the morning where I'm not getting up at 6 o'clock when I like to, and I've slipped to about 8 o'clock where I've been getting up. I probably need to sleep, but I also have work I got to get done, and I like getting as much done before noon as I possibly can because in the afternoon I can. I like having the nice relaxed afternoons, where I can, if I want to, throw siesta in there and then come back and work for a few hours in the late afternoon into the early evening, getting ready for the next day. So that's just the cycle. So I've forced myself to get up at get that clock back in tune and get up at 6 in the morning. So between 6 and 7, I've been going and doing yoga and doing exercises, and it's just been a nice sort of anchor to grab onto to keep me focused during the day. The mornings are so nice and quiet. Nobody bothers me. I have the time to myself. I could relax into my day. I don't like when I have to jump out of the bed and just go, 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 unless it's Burning Man. So, I like to ease into my day, and I really have come to appreciate it. And the quiet time and the morning light is so nice. I like just kind of watching it coming through the windows, and it's all about keeping focus on the creative flow. It's if I'm stressed, the creative flow is harder to maintain because my mind is jumping all over the place, and I'm trying to ease off on drinking all of the sugary drinks and a lot of other stimulants other than coffee. I'm trying to keep it just to coffee, and I'm also going through a detox where I'm I'm trying to eat better and get more of the garbage out, more of the sugar out of my diet. And that's one thing I like. Coffee is I don't like sugar in my coffee, so I got that going for me. I always like that Bill Murray quote from Caddyshack. It's like, I got that going for me, which is nice. So, that's kind of the way of it. Um, it's depression comes in this time of year. In one way or another. There's a lot of memories that come in. I miss a lot of things. I'm not going to be able to spend Thanksgiving with my family. I will spend Christmas with them, and I got a really, really wonderful sort of adventure lined up for New Year's Eve with my circle of friends that I consider pretty much on that edge of being family, and but it's just man, no, losing that $8,000 gig like, the day before I got on the road to come back to Atlanta, I lost that. I didn't realize I was depending on that money as much as I did, which means I've got the stress on the other flip side that I have to push myself for, the infamous Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend, and so I gotta have to push a little bit harder on sales. I'm not. I don't. I never feel comfortable pushing my art sales on the internet or through my social media or through my pages because I don't want to become that person that is like, oh my god, it's always every week it's push, 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 sale, 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 hard sale, hard sale, hard sale. I hate the hard sale, and but we gotta live and we gotta do it. And again, why I am pushing and promoting, whoever is in your life that is a creator, take a part of your Christmas or holiday budget and give it to them because it's a double gift. Because it's a gift to the creator that you're buying from, and it's a gift to the person that you're giving to. So it's a gift that gives both ways. And you keep the money in your community. Because here's the thing, like, money that I get through like my art sales, I funnel towards people in my community that I know that either need it or they have something that I'm looking for. I always go to my community and see who's got the services, who's got the products that I need in the moment, and not give it to the big corporations. Because I want to keep the money local. I want to support local. Wherever I go, I try to support as local as I possibly can. I'm doing that with coffee now. I do it with beers and wines and coffees. I'm always trying to support local. That reminds me, I got to go back down to Taos, New Mexico. There's a really, really good coffee. I forgot the name of it. I gotta pick that up because it was really. I love the nutty. I like the nutty coffees maybe because I'm just nutty. Well, my name is Keith. It means of the trees. Nuts are of the trees, and I have a love for nuts. So, um, yeah. So support local. Um, I'm trying not to. Another big thing. I don't. I don't like doing discounts on my artwork. And I see all the artists pushing out this 20% off, 25% off for the weekend, and I almost feel that that's disrespectful to the art and the artist. Is you know you know having to do discounts on your work to get people to buy it. Because the problem there is when you give discounts for your services, your products, and your art online through your website, especially at Christmas, you know, the problem is that I still have to pay for a shipper. I still have to pay to have the products made. I still have to have those products shipped to me. I still have to have the material shipped to me. I have to pay for the advertising. I have to pay for this, that, and the other. And the thing is, that discount comes from me, and I lose. But I still have to pay everybody else to get that product to you. And then where the disconnect comes from is you think that you're supporting that artist, and you're not. You're supporting like where they're hosting their website. You're paying for the packaging. You're paying for the material. You're paying for the time. And a lot of it goes to somebody else. It's one of the reasons why I don't do tapestries and I don't do jackets or clothing because or coffee mugs. Coffee mugs are a great example. I would love to be able to do coffee mugs, but for me to print my stuff on a coffee mug, could be at upwards of $35, $40 to get that produced. All right, then I got to pay for the shipping for them to give it to me, and then I have to sell a coffee mug at $60, whereas I'm going to end up being more from somebody that makes coffee mugs themselves on the pottery wheel. So like it's like there's like it's not worth the time to be able to make that, and to sell that. And then the person's like, oh, I'm giving them $60 for the coffee mug. I'm only getting maybe about $10 or $15 of that. I'm like most of that money ends up going to the producer of the product, of the blankets, of the tapestries, and it's such, it's such a discord in like the art sales, area. It's like, how do you find balance with it? And I, it's why I try to keep everything as simple as I possibly can. I try to produce as much of the products as I can. Like all of my prints, like prints are all done in house. The only thing that I really do is the stickers and the magnets are done from sticker mill. And it's a good product and it's affordable enough that I can at least make money that makes it worth the while. And then the only other thing is for the prints that I do where I get them put onto wood, I've got a framer that makes the wood for me and they do it at a reasonable rate. And I can at least charge enough for those because they're such a killer item that I can make money off of it. And yes, I am trying to make money. I am trying to live as an artist. I'm trying to keep my refrigerator filled and I am trying to keep my bills paid. All right, I don't like live a lavish, extraordinary life. I mean, the only way that I've been able to survive is I've been able to keep my costs as minimal as possible and live as simply as possible. know, I mean, I'm not flying off to some uncharted destination to celebrate a vacation that I really shouldn't be taking. You know, I drive everywhere. I would drive to Alaska if I could because it's just going to be more affordable for me. You know, I mean, and then the other part is the other big issue with this, which a lot of people fall into, is the woe is me sales process. You know, woe is me. I need this, buy this, and I understand the necessity of it, but it can become a trap. And if you rely too heavily on it, then you just become this person that complains all the time. And I don't want to. I don't want to sell the artwork that way. I don't want if putting a discount on my website gets you to buy my artwork, I don't want you buying my artwork because you're not really helping me. Right? You're not helping the artist. You know, I try my best to pay whatever the artist is asking because I know for the most part the artists that I know they ask a fair price for their artwork. And for the quality and the time that I put into my reproductions, my pricing is really fair. I mean, I'm not Walmart. I'm not this cheap Walmart place, you know. I mean, I don't want my products to end up in the trash. I want them to survive me. I want them to last long. You know, my canvas prints are $500 because one, they take 2 months to make. Like if I'm working on them consistently, some of them I work over the process of years because, and then I just keep them until somebody buys them. But like a canvas print, I print it myself out onto canvas. I stretch it onto the frame. I then paint a whole nother layer on it. Everything is being done by me to make sure that it is up to my standards. You know, it's going to survive. You're not going to get it, and then it's just going to just fray or rip or fall off the frame. And you know, it's I take vast amounts of pride in my workflow. And and another issue that I've got there sometimes is it takes so long for me to produce a product that it's really hard for me to guarantee that I can get you a product in 2 weeks. You know, because I'm doing it myself. You know, it's not like I'm having somebody do it and then they ship it to me and then I ship it to you. I'm making sure that it is up the utmost quality that I can possibly give. And that takes time. And, you know, I do my best to get the product out within 3 to 4 weeks. I ship once a month. You know, that's the way I kind of work it. I ship in the beginning of the month. So if somebody orders a product in the month, I ship the beginning of the next month. And, you know, because you know, I've got to do it all at once because I'm doing it. And I don't have the money. I don't sell enough to hire people because I can't. I don't have enough to pay people a living wage. I'm trying to live. All artists, all of us, musicians, artists, writers, we're all just trying to live. You know, if we could hire somebody, we would. You know, and I'm talking to the choir. I know I'm talking to the choir, but you know, we're coming up on again Christmas and in the holiday season. You know, I right now I am struggling because you know I see everybody doing the discount thing, and I'm like, if I do the discount thing, I end up not making that. I don't make enough money off of the products to make it worth the while, you know. And it's just such a dilemma to be in, you know. It's just what do you do? And you know, I hate that artists feel that they have to discount their artwork to get people in, but it's just like It's manipulation. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you. That's what I struggle with so much. It's like, you know, it's when you're buying artwork from me, you're helping me live. You know, I'm not trying to be Taylor Swift here, um, though I love her music. But you know, it's like I need to survive, and the holiday season is where a lot of us have the best chance, where we don't feel guilty for having to promote or hard sell ourselves, because it's basically that. But then it's like everybody has this Walmart mentality that, like, when you're buying from an artist, that you know you're you know you can get it that cheap, and it's not. You know, like everything is made to order, and it takes time. And thank you, Jacqueline. That is, I needed to hear that. I really, really needed to hear that. 'Cause, I see my friends doing, and the thing is, I don't discount, but this is what I do. My prices include shipping, and I usually, well, no, I don't say usually. I do every order. I send extra. I send extra. I send the stickers. I send the magnets. I will send extra prints. If I feel that this person needs that, like, can probably benefit from this print. So, rather than discounting my work, I give more. You order the products, but you might get one or two extra prints that, like, I feel that you might need. And I will usually, if you order a print, I usually will throw in a sticker or a magnet of that print along with it. And so you give extra. Don't discount the artwork. Don't discount yourself. Don't devalue yourself. Just give a little bit more. And you know, it's just like a constant manipulation that we do. Like a lot of times, you'll go into a place and you'll see a product that says 50% off. Well, what that person typically does is they double the price and then throw 50% off on it, because they're manipulating you to buy it. And um, that's not the type of mindset. That's not the type of energy I want to project out there. I don't want to be manipulative with the sales. I don't want to do the woe is me marketing. I tried that. I mean, I did that in the beginning. It's something that, like, you end up doing that in the beginning because you're hurting and you need a sale, and it's woe is me, and you get the sale, and then what do you do the next time? Do you do that again? Then it becomes a pattern, and again, that devalues the work. So um, it's always a struggle. And I am as honest to people that are going into the professional art realm as I possibly can, and say it's got a lot of wonderful things about it, but there's a lot of that really just sucks in it. It's constant marketing, and you know and I also don't want to be an inventory warehouse. I don't want to have 100 prints of this, 100 prints of that, 100 jackets, 100 blankets, and then I got to try to get rid of these, and I got to unload them. You know, it, it's I I want to stay on the canvas. That's where I'm supposed to be. I'm not a warehouse manager, you know. Um, I'm a store. I'm a shop. Yes, I am. But you know, I don't want to have massive amounts of inventory that that's one, collecting dust and taking up space and risking of having it damaged. And you know, it's like donuts. Do you want fresh donuts, or do you want donuts that have been sitting on the shelf for a month? I love fresh donuts. Nice, warm, fresh donuts right out of the oven. We used to have, just a quick sidebar, and I have never found another place that has done this. Here's a marketing idea for somebody that wants to take it and go with it. They used to do, like, you have like the Boston cream donuts where they put the cream into the donuts. We used at the place back in my town in Linden, New Jersey, when I grew up, where they would take the hot donuts right out of the oven and they would put soft serve ice cream inside of it. And it was my favorite. It was my favorite thing on a Friday night because my grandfather like lived right next to it. So every Friday night I would walk with my grandfather over to this donut shop and get me a ice cream filled warm hot donut. And oh my god, it was so mess. I was such a mess. But oh my god, and I've never seen anybody else ever do that. I've never seen it anywhere else. Like ice cream filled donuts. Brilliant idea. It's hard because you got to do. I mean, that's one of those things. It's like it's got to be done fresh, right? It's not something that you can get in the store, you know, because like there's two parts of it. It's an art. You've got the dough and the warmness of the created donut, and then there's that timing where you just have to be able to get the ice cream in there. And I don't know if they just did it for me or what, but that was like my favorite treat when I was a kid, and I miss that. I should learn how to make donuts and get a soft serve ice cream. I appreciate that, Firefly. I appreciate that. It's 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 there. I'm very proud of the products that I create. I wish I can get to more of a saturation point where I can be more consistent in the production and delivery of it. Which I'll get there. I mean, it's a 20-year grind. I knew what I signed up for when I signed up for it, and you know, I just I gotta say I gotta just stay true to it. I know I've gotten enough positive feedback from people that have seen my artwork that I know the value of it, and it's hard. It's but the thing is, it's not something that somebody's going to put in their closet. It becomes a centerpiece of their altar, or it becomes a centerpiece of someplace special inside of their house, and it's something that is going to be like the energy that I put into it, the positive energy that I put into it, gets projected into their homes on a daily basis, and um, it's it's just you gotta stay true to what you do and not discount it. I mean, I read that in a book. You know, you don't discount your work. You give more, right? You just give more because the price that you're asking is always going to be the price that you need to live. And I feel like discounts on artwork, you're selling your soul, and it's And it's okay. It's okay because if ultimately, if you're selling at the price that you're asking for, then ultimately it's supporting you. And selling less is okay as compared to just like last thing I want to do is discount 100 pieces of work. The money comes out of the margin that I used to survive, and then now I've got to create 100 pieces of work at lesser value, and I'm still hungry. And it's just the double like it's the double bind in it, and you know like I even if somebody gives me a discount code for their artwork, I pay full price. I just do. I just do. It's kind of like tipping your server in a restaurant. The people that tip servers probably the highest percentage in restaurants are other servers. You know, it's creators need to take care of creators, and um, if I'm like I try to get one or two big commissions from artists that I love every year, and I budget full price for those because I want and because even if they say like I'll give it to you less, I'm like don't take me less, put more time into it. All right, it's that important. I mean, that's the type of respect that we all should be giving each other. I don't think that we need to be tipping everybody. I don't like what is this like gas station like like gas stations and grocery stores are now asking for tips on their self checkouts. I'm like, fuck you. Honestly, that's my honest opinion of that. Are you going to take this out to the car for me? No. Are you actually going to put it in the bag for me? No. I got to go get. No. The tip, there's a time and a place for tipping, and there's a certain respect that needs to be done with tipping. And, I think that corporations are taking it. One, they've taken advantage of the people that are working those situations that have to tip to begin with. And now they're asking for more of a tip, or other people are taking advantage of that and not I mean not paying their employees more. So just and that's again, this is why like I curated for me the places where I get gifts for people, just with the artists and the craftspeople and the musicians and the writers, in my life, 'cause it's a double gift. I'm gifting to two people. I'm gifting to the creator, and I'm gifting to somebody who I feel needs to have this. You know, that's what means more to me. You know, sorry that we ended up talking mostly about marketing. It's just this is kind of what's up on the front of my anxiety right now because you know I've got to like I always feel like my online website store always needs to be cleaned up. I'm like I always feeling that I don't have it where I want it to be yet, but it's just a constant evolving process. So there's the anxiety of you know am I going to have the store ready for the sales? Luckily this year I'm ready. I mean it's functioning. I usually end up doing it like on the Thursday night before Black Friday. you know I usually don't spend Thanksgiving with anybody, and I usually spend Thanksgiving getting my sales stuff ready for Black Friday. And I'm tired of that. I want to be with my family on Thanksgiving, not having to worry about sales for the next day. And but yeah, just even just promoting me on your social media or promoting the artists that you want to like feel deserve to have their art out in the world. You know, it's to me it's a community thing. You know, we all are in this together. We all promote each other, and we all like. There's no competition there. I mean, the only time there's competition is when there's greed and just trying to make as much as and milk as much out of the situation as you can. Which I can also understand the necessity of that as well. But if everything is running smoothly and everybody respects everybody and everybody helps keep the money local and promote everybody, that type of energy isn't going to be needed anymore. And it's a snail. It's a snail. It's a snail eating its own tail. It's a snake eating its own tail. It's a snake eating a snail. Now we've gone into Dr. Seuss marketing. But thank you all. Like your feedback today and your comments have been wonderful, and thank you. I also, by the way, I love when people like comment on my streams because then I know where, and how to direct this. Otherwise, I'm just talking out of my butt, and well, there's that. But luckily, I got enough stuff up here where I can just talk for an hour, just whatever. So, again, this show is never scripted. I never know what I'm going to talk about. I just pour the coffee, I drink a lot of it, and whatever comes out, comes out. So, and, it's a lot of this. I'm going to be kind of, believe it or not, I am coming up on year 2, like the first year anniversary of doing Creative Coffee. I can't believe I've been doing this for a year now. I should probably look at some of those original videos from the first couple times back in December. Actually, when we started in December, I was just sitting in, like, you know what? I'm just going to drink coffee and get on there, and whoever shows up, and it will go wherever it goes. But, I got a lot of, there's a lot of different directions this can go. I would love for people to ask for art advice or art business advice or just whatever, or ask, whatever about the artwork and just be able to share the ideas. And, it's, I like the intuitive, inspired, in the moment discussions. Because, like, usually that's when the magic happens. That's where the unscripted stuff comes out. That's where you find those nice gems that you hold on to. Like going out for the evening, or like going on a vacation. Like, I like to have a little bit in the schedule for what the fuck ever, because I like that spontaneity of just you don't know where the night's going to go, and sometimes you just end up in the most magical places. And it's like at Burning Man. It's like, who makes a plan for Burning Man? Just go out there and go blow in the wind and see where you end up. And thank you, I appreciate that. I enjoy your company as well, Firefly, and you're always a pleasure to have on board, and Jacqueline too. I know I've had a bunch of adventures with Jacqueline at Burning Man as well, and in Burns. It's nice to be able to blow in the wind, as long as that wind isn't blowing back at you. Break like the wind. But I don't know. I go back and forth with, do I drink too much coffee? But then part of me, I feel like everybody should be allowed to have one vice that they draw pleasure from. And unless it's a health issue, keep doing it. You know, I like my coffee in the morning, and I've changed it up. Um, I I used to like first thing that I do out of bed, I go to the coffee, and what I'm trying to do now is leave about 30 minutes to an hour to drink water and to exercise and maybe get just a small little snack like a I usually go for the oranges or um, I snack on hummus in the morning, 3 or 4 crackers with hummus, and then use that as a base, then drink the coffee. And I am feeling like that is helping a lot better. And I'm not doing the I gauge my days on whether or not it's a one or a two French press day. I worry about kidney stones because I have drunk a lot of Coca Cola in my life, and I drink a lot of coffee in my life, and I have not had kidney stone issues yet. But I'm afraid that they're just all building up and they're all going to come out at once. And it's going to be a nightmare. But I don't necessarily feel like it's an issue for me. Yeah, I'm going on 2 months now with no, well, primarily Coca Cola is my big vice that in the soft drink area. I unfortunately started drinking it when I was like 5 years old, and I like I would drink probably 2 liters a day was probably the base of what I was going with Coca Cola. I mean, I literally would drink a Coca Cola like you would drink a small bottle. I would use a 2 liter. You know, the moment that Coca Cola changed their 2 liter bottle to be like the smaller, I started just drinking it straight out of the 2 liter. And I'm just I'm done with it. If I feel like I really need a soft drink, or I just need that big sugary caffeine boost because I'm just struggling with my day, I go with the Mountain Dews, which many will say it's probably worse, but I'm not addicted to the Mountain Dews. So, like, I can have one Mountain Dew and then I don't have the craving to have another Mountain Dew. If it's a Coca Cola, once I start drinking Coca Cola for the day, I'm just drinking Coca Cola all day long, and I can't stop. You know, I literally sit with the 2 liter bottle right here and just go to town on it. But I'm two months off of all Coca Cola type products. One like maybe 1 or 2 Mountain Dews a week is where I'm at right now. Where it just I have to go out and do something out in public, and I just need a little bit of a kick, and I'll just get the Mountain Dew. And again, because it's easy for me to not desire another Mountain Dew or get addicted to the Mountain Dews. Coca Cola just I'm a bitch lover. But yeah, and another great thing that I love being out in Colorado is I have no fast food restaurants in my town. It's all mom and pops. All mom and pops, delis, grocery stores, and restaurants, and it's all local, and it's all it's just keeping the money local. And I think the only chain that we have in the town is the Circle K. And every time I still, to this day, every time I pull into a Circle K parking lot, I go, there's something afoot at the Circle K from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I don't know, just that line from that movie every time I go into a Circle K. There's something afoot at the Circle K. I'm waiting for some old phone booth to pop up and George Carlin pop out of it and just take me away. That would be nice. I miss that guy. He was one of the best philosophers of our age. And I look at him, he was a Socrates, that one. He was Socrates. There's something special when you can sit and say that you were the first host of Saturday Night Live with George Carlin. And yeah, that's a pretty cool fact. Alrighty then. We're coming up on the hour. I hope you all have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. It's raining here in Atlanta. It's going to be raining all weekend long. And then I'm here for another week, and then I get back on the road to Colorado. And I've got over a foot of snow in my backyard out there right now. So I'm going back into snow. I need tires. I'm going to be one of those people. I will be back tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow. And then I'm not going to be able to do Creative Coffee next Sunday because I'm going to be doing this. I've got a soul dance at the roughly around the same time that I got to go to, and I don't miss when I'm in Atlanta. I do not miss soul dance, but I will be back here Saturday. I'm hoping this winter to another part of my Here's another part of my philosophy. Wednesday is part of the weekend. Wednesday is my favorite part of the weekend. And I want to get another creative coffee session on Wednesday nights, which would be mostly focused on me working and painting on the canvas. And that will just go for however long. Like the Saturdays and Sundays, I try to limit it to about an hour. I think I've got the right time. It's going to be 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 9 o'clock Mountain Time, because it's the best time that works for when I'm in both areas. So, but starting in January, which will be basically the beginning of season 2, I'm looking at bringing in Wednesday nights for us, and that'll be me actually on the canvas painting. So there'll be a little bit of a different spin for that, and I'm going to create some animations, and I want to create some more marketing material for Creative Coffee, and kind of to the next level a little bit. Kind of being mindful of the power creep. Don't want to go too far and give too much, and then so I kind of know what I want to start. I want it to I want to be more consistent with it. It's like really my focus. The goal for year 1 of Creative Coffee was just show up. And just show up no matter how I was, when it was, just do what I could to get to the camera. Season 2, now that I think after a year I finally have the time worked out, I am going to be more consistent with that time. And at least either a Saturday or the Sunday, I am going to be on 11 Eastern, 9 Mountain, and we're going to take it from there. And Also, I need to get the I need to get a little bit better equipment for when I'm traveling, so that like if I'm on the weekend somewhere, like I'll be able to do this consistently. So hopefully I'll be able to get satellite internet by spring. I'm not going anywhere for the winter in Colorado. Like I was told, don't plan for things in January and February. Nobody leaves their house unless it's a ski slope. And I live 12 minutes from the ski slope, so I gotta get skis. So okay, thank you all for joining me. I gotta get ready. I've got two meetings this afternoon, and I will see you all tomorrow. I will be back here tomorrow, 11 o'clock, and I have no idea what we're going to talk about. So I do have to go get more coffee. I drank all the coffee today. So, you all have a beautiful weekend, and thank you so much for hanging out. And again, last thing, just part of your Christmas holiday budget, give it to people in your community. Um, it's a double gift, and keep your money local this year. Have a great day.